Cool. Next thing I want to talk about, since we just spoke about um labels and stuff, all of that, let's speak about Kabza the Small. You guys know Kabza, Kawa, the king of Amapiano. So he is being sued by one of his signees, one of the artists he signed, Kelvin Momo, Mr. Private School Piano. Which is quite interesting. So we've got an article here by City Press, and it reads, Kabza the Small accused of failing to promote Amapiano Maestro. Wow, that's crazy of the GOAT. This is the GOAT. Is this not the GOAT? Damn. All right, cool. So the article says, Amapiano Maestro Tato Calvin Momo Ledwa wants to terminate a commercial music distribution and recording deal struck with Piano Hub, owned by genre juggernaut Kabelo Mota, affectionately known as Kabza the Small, for allegedly failing to adequately promote his music. Oh no, I didn't know Calvin Momo was signed to Piano Hub. Interesting. Yikes. Okay. So it goes on to say the revelations of the contract squabble are contained in a court application that Kelvin Momo lodged on the 25th of June in the Johannesburg High Court, where he ultimately wants court to direct Piano Hub to pay him damages of 1 million for the alleged breach of contract. Oh my God, that's bad. So he's asking for a milli because the niggas didn't adequately promote him or his music or his talents, and they did not make the most of it. So the premise of the alleged breach is based on the record label allegedly falling short of its word to maximize endorsements and pay Calvin Momo royalties, which is consistent with the deal signed in 2020 about his project titled Momo's Private School. Yikes. Okay. So, but I mean, that thing was a success though. Momo's Private School was huge. Like I remember niggas really, like niggas who loved, Private School Piano, they loved that album. Like they really loved it. And Kelvin Momo is like, he's regarded, like he's so highly regarded. You know what I mean? Like niggas don't play with his name. So I'm wondering how true is it? Because people love the album, people love him, they think it's great. So I'd understand if he's someone that's like not really in the spotlight, niggas ain't really checking for him like that. But Kelvin Momo, niggas are checking for Kelvin Momo, right? Anyway, so the court papers read, agreement that Tato would receive his royalty payments every 6 months. However, the record label failed to provide a royalty statement or come to an agreement in respect of the split. So he made, or they gave him 86,575 Rand in 2021 that he was supposed to split between Calvin Momo and another artist, Balawa Mavuso, better known as R1M. Okay. So they were supposed to split just shy of 90 bands together. Interesting. I don't know. This is confusing. Like, this is very confusing. Okay, so they gave them this. Who gave them that? Is the label gave them that? When and what was it for? Because it says the record label failed to provide a royalty statement or come to an agreement in respect of the split. So they come to an agreement in respect of this amount that they were supposed to split. Okay. Interesting. All right, cool. Let's carry on. Kelvin Momo added that he insisted that their verbal agreement be made formal and written, as he was aggrieved by the uncertainty surrounding the royalty payments and that the record label had failed to provide artist management since he was sourcing fund for the logistics in respect of his performances and appearances and not receiving his advance. Oh my goodness, bro. How are you gonna sign niggas and don't even give them the advance? Jeez. I mean, the advance is the trap. So if you don't give them the advance, niggas can just walk away because then they don't owe you anything. You know what I mean? So advancing them is the trap. So I guess, I don't know. Piano Hub, Kabza, they missed the step there. Because obviously they're trying to do what Pori did to them, because Pori used to be under, what is it? DJ Mapori, not Pori, sorry. Kabza used to be under DJ Maporisa's label. I don't know if it's Black Boy, Black is Magic, one of the two. I think it's Black Boy Magic, something like that. or Get Money Gang. He also has Get Money Gang. He's got a lot of labels. One thing about Maporisa's got a lot of labels. You must watch out. So yeah, I mean, that's interesting. Anyway, it goes on to say, according to the court document, the agreement entailed the provision of services including marketing, bookings, and handling sponsorships by the record label. Okay, so they weren't marketing him, no sponsorships. Interesting. But I guess it depends on the agreement that they signed, because I guess he's saying that because that seems more of like a that's what a management company would do. That's why niggas, when they come to the industry, or this is something that you just find out, that you gotta actually have this shit separate. Your label can't be your artist management. Like all three of those things, label, publishing, artist management, all three of them gotta be separate. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it's just gonna be a thing of like niggas just gonna fucking shortchange you like that. Because obviously it's taking away, they have to do more, to try and get recoup their money. So the thing now, if they have to do all three of those things, then they definitely going to skimp on one or two of those things. If they giving you, if the label side is working really well, they're not going to really manage that well like that, or they're not really going to be accurate with the publishing and stuff like that. If the publishing is well, the management's going to be, recording is not going to, So you got to have them separately if you can. If you're fortunate enough to be an artist that has them separately, you got to have them separately. So yeah, it goes on to say, man, this shit is long. How much longer? Oh God, we're gonna read all of this. The record label failed to adhere to both the verbal and written agreement despite various requests for the promises made by the representation of the record label to be realized. It continued to capitalize on the success of the album without compensation. This was not done in terms of the verbal agreement. Okay, so if the album was a success, how does he say that there was no marketing then? You know what I mean? Because obviously you can release something and it can still be a success without marketing. But when Calvin Momo released the private school thing, like he was relatively still new in the game. And that private school album is what made him, like, the cemented him. That was like, yeah, no, Calvin Momo was that guy. So how did the album get so big? I know definitely it was good, but I think there was definitely some marketing behind it as well. Yeah, so that's interesting. Kelvin Momo argues that Piano Help failed to provide any resources towards the development of his career through marketing and promotion. Okay, niggas are saying the same shit. Let's move on. Kelvin Momo then further cites that artists he featured on the album, including Mavuso, still require payment. Oh my goodness. Yikes. The impression that the record label has placed Kelvin Momo in has negatively the impression the record label has placed Calvin Momo in has negatively impacted his reputation in the industry. He suffers reputational harm in that other artists in the industry do not trust that they would receive payment for any work done to projects by him. Oh my no. Yeah. So niggas ain't going to work with you if they know you're assigned to a label that's just going to fucking steal everything. They're just going to take all the masters. They're not going to split the shit. You know what I mean? I was giving Pori, allegedly. So it's like, but why go and work with Kelvin Momo when we know Kelvin Momo is signed to Piano Hub and we know Piano Hub is not going to fucking split the royalties. They're not going to pay the royalties out. They're not going to, so hey, we can go make music with him. So that's kind of the gist, the vibes. He continues to suffer reputational and financial damage as a result of the record label's breach. To date, he has not been provided with a single statement from the record label or its elected distributors indicating the true success of the album. He also cites that Piano Hub deliberately misrepresented his status in the record label against his will. What do they mean by that? They what? He cited that the piano misrepresented his status. His status, what does that mean? They are aware of the success of the album, so the malicious conduct of the record label creates the impression that Tato has been paid from the album and is refusing to pay them. This is false, since Tato only received one payment from the record label. Whoa, shit, it's getting heated. It's getting heated. Okay. So City Press could not obtain comments from Luaba as no telephone numbers went through. His lawyer, Jacqueline, did not respond. Kabza also didn't answer their phone. So yeah, no, that's the story. With Kelvin, Momo, and Kabza being sued, or his record label Piano Hub being sued by him. But yeah, man, to be honest, with these record labels, anything is possible. So I do not believe it. But obviously, there's some things that we don't know behind the scenes or all of that. Like how did the album get so big? I think there was some marketing, there was promotion, but definitely probably didn't get paid like that. And also, what did the split sheet saying? You know what I mean? Because must remember, if you sign to motherfuckers, they keep everything. So let's believe the royalty splits maybe were not so favorable. And he's thinking because the album was a success, definitely a success. And just because it was a success doesn't mean your cut is a lot. You know what I mean? Your cut could be really, really small. So that's interesting, man. But I hope they sort it out. Kabza is a goat, right? So it just came out of this symphonic. He just came out of this Red Bull symphonic. So why is he getting bad light like this? It's interesting. Anyway, cool. Let's move on, man. Bust, I told that baby go. Bust.